Right now, preparations are underway in Los Angeles for Hollywood's biggest night. I love that iconic red carpet. The 97th Annual Academy Awards are this Sunday, March 2nd, and we asked the Art Zone's Nancy Guppy to stick around. We also have Casey Gaarenstroom from the Seattle International Film Festival here to talk a little Oscars. Welcome, ladies.
Hey.
I just like to say your name, the Stroom.
Gaarenstroom. Thank you.
I like that a lot. Okay, I have to be honest. I haven't seen many Oscar-nominated films to swear by. Many, I mean, I've only seen one.
Yes,
okay.
me too.
Right. Oh, go good. Okay.
Yeah.
And you've seen all but one.
All but one.
Okay.
Yes.
But it's still fun to watch. I love the pageantry, the production. I love that my husband's highly annoyed by it all. And so he does like this shady stuff on the side. He's making shady comments.
Sure.
But I love that too. But what do you both love about it?
Well, you go ahead.
Oh, sure. I mean, I love watching, I like watching the presenters talk about the films. I also really like that this is an opportunity to kind of give kudos to the editors and the production designers, costume designers, kind of the people who are behind the magic of the movies.
They don't get all the...
in front of Hollywood's greatest.
Which is exactly what goes, I mean, it's a smaller version, but here, you're on camera, it's everything behind the scenes that makes it work. So I'm saying this is basically a Hollywood film, which is at New York Northwest. But I completely agree. I mean, the sound, the editing, I mean, obviously cinematography, there's so much that makes a film great, and it's not just the director by far.
And being in production, you as well, I also like to see the production part of it, and I might notice things that other people might not notice. Or like, oh, they missed a cue there, or something like that. So I think that's fun. But let's talk Best Picture. A lot of times there's a sense of who the front runners are by now, but is that necessarily true this time?
It's a little, who knows? I think there are a few that are at the top there. I think Anora has a really good chance. I think Conclave has become a little bit of a sleeper hit, the one, as we all know.
That we've seen.
And then The Brutalist has also gotten a lot of buzz for those. So I think those are my top three.
And that's, The Brutalist is you see it in two parts, correct?
Yes, there's an intermission, which I think should come back for those 3-hour movies.
Absolutely,
you know?
Yes. Go out and get your chocolate popcorn or whatever you need to do. Yes, get a refill.
I'm also saying, can we be done with those intermission kind of movies? I mean,
why you get bored?
No, they are so long. Napoleon, so long.
Sure.
Yeah, Wicked, so long. And then to have an intermission, I don't know. To me, there's a little hubris there, and.
That is a bit of an old idea. I mean, it used to happen more in the past than now. I mean, I think if the film can sustain, great.
Yeah.
But it needs to be able to sustain. But would you say that that it does, The Brutalist?
I think both parts are kind of two separate films, right?
Okay.
And I think that's something that you can really do with an intermission is come back with a different tone, a different message.
So it's like a doubleheader.
Absolutely.
Right. All right. We'll think about it that way. So the two of us have only seen one film, and it's the same film.
We can discuss that. Right.
Conclave. And I was wondering, how much buzz do you think the movie's getting in light of the fact that the Pope is not doing well?
Right, that there is a prospect of an actual conclave happening, right?
Yeah.
That's really interesting. I guess all press is good press, right?
Right, except for if you're the Pope, right? But I was just wondering about that because people are thinking, we may see this happen.
Right. Yeah.
Although we're not going to quite see it the way
we
it was
will never
in the film.
see it happen. Yeah.
And it was pretty fascinating. Okay, do we think Wicked has a chance?
I think we were talking about this a little bit. I think Wicked kind of falls into the Barbie category of last year, where it's loved by a lot of people. It's bright, it's colorful, it's amazing, but maybe won't go home with any awards. I think it has a better chance of like production design, maybe score,
but not the big ones.
Not the big ones.
And is that would you say because it's not quote original enough? Would that be part of the reason? I mean, it's been around, you know,
that people kind of have a baseline. Foundation knowledge of it. And I mean, part 2 is coming up this year, so maybe that one has a better chance.
I also think sometimes the really popular ones, it's as if they don't want to vote for them for some reason. And I think there was a movement at one point, like, come on, if they're popular, it means we want to see them. Why shouldn't they be honored? But I'm not sure the voters always agree in that sense.
What's behind the decisions of how people vote.
Yeah, and kind of what the idea of like a prestige film could be. Yeah.
Well, like we mentioned earlier, like Parasite won a couple of years ago.
Right.
There's one that was so unique and it won Best Picture.
Yes, it did.
And that was, to me, like really great and surprising too.
Yeah, that was amazing.
Yeah,
absolutely. So let's touch on a couple of other storylines. Best Actor. It looked like Adrian Brody had all the momentum, but then now Timothée Chalamet.
Yeah,
maybe?
with the SAG Award.
With the SAG Awards for Bob Dylan. What are your thoughts there?
I mean, biopics are kind of king right now. A lot of actors are getting their Oscars for those biopics. So I think that gives him a little bit of an edge. And I think that Adrian Brody has a really good chance as well, but Timmy's creeping up on him, I think.
I like it that you're calling him Timmy.
Yes, me and Timmy.
Yeah, you and Timmy are close. But also you had said earlier that he kind of disappears in a good way into the film. So he just kind of meshes into it. And explain that a little bit.
He does a wonderful job. Yeah, I think it's easy to go into it and expect to see Timothée Chalamet. Timothée Chalamet we all see online and stuff like that. But he really does disappear into it. And we were saying that he doesn't play Bob Dylan, right? He's not sort of...
It's not a cover of Bob Dylan.
Doing a caricature of him.
Which is not easy.
Oh my gosh, you're not kidding. You're not kidding.
To be able to have me think, oh, that is Bob Dylan. I mean, that's a big deal.
Right.
Okay, Best Actress. Do we think Demi Moore is a lock for this because that speech at the Golden Globes and then she won at SAG? For Substance, right?
I hope so. That'd be great. I think it would be so incredible to see the best acting performance go to a horror film. I think horror is so underrated at any award show. So it's really, really cool to see her being recognized like this.
That would actually open up a few doors that people thought should have been opened up long ago.
Toni Collette in Hereditary, a huge snub to me.
And often comedy also doesn't get the nod because that's easy. It's like no, it's not.
It's really hard.
Not easy.
It's not easy at all.
What was her speech, just in a nutshell, at the SAG?
I think just that she had been in this business. She's waited so long for this. It was a pretty amazing speech. All right, I got to wrap us up.
I'll go online and look at that.
Thanks for spending time with us today. You can check our website for more of our content. You can always send us an email to share your thoughts. Don't forget to enjoy your new day, and we'll see you next time.